Football. It's the most popular sport in the U.S.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that.
The number of sports-related concussions in children is up 60%.
Said so, I keep big bills up in my hood, don't look dirty like Bledsoe. Ain't got no twist in my head, but I'm still dreadful. And I got plenty of bread, so I go to bed full. I'm in it to win it, I'm all in. I might call you my cuz, young blood, but when can
What you see is the brain. This is a cross-section right in the front of the brain twisting and contorting, as I mentioned. So you can see this doesn't look a lot like the CDC video. Now the colors that you're looking at are how much the brain tissue is being stretched. And so the red is 50%. That means the brain has been stretched to 50% its original length, the tissue in that particular area. And the main thing I want to draw your attention to is this red spot. So the red spot is very close to the center of the brain.
A concussion is an injury to the brain caused by a direct blow to the head or body that makes the brain bounce around inside the skull.
Each year in the United States, players of sports and recreational activities receive between 2.5 and 4 million concussions. How dangerous are all those concussions?
My name is Kaden. I'm 14 years old. I started playing football for Mayfield when I was 12 years old. And when I was able to play for middle school, I did. And that's when I suffered a severe concussion.
The brain is made of soft, fatty tissue with a consistency something like jello. Inside its protective membranes and the skull's hard casing, this delicate organ is usually well shielded. But a sudden jolt can make the brain shift and bump against the skull's hard interior.
Did you stop playing football at that point, or did you continue playing?
Yeah, I just stopped.
What kind of symptoms did you have when you suffered the concussion?
I couldn't remember. When I looked straight up at light, it hurt in my head and stuff.
Did you miss any school because of it?
Yeah, I missed like a month of school.
During that month, what did you experience? What type of feelings did you have?
I went to sleep a lot. It was harder for me to remember stuff, and I just was in a room the whole time, in a dark room.
Did it make you sad?
Yeah, it made me sad because I couldn't play football anymore, but I guess this happened for a reason.
Communicate. But as destroyed axons begin to degenerate, they also release toxins, causing the death of other neurons too.
Hi, I'm Adrian Johnson, and I'm gonna be explaining what my concussion felt like.
How old were you when you first started playing football?
I was in 5th grade, so about 11,
Okay. And how old are you now?
15.
Are you going to continue playing football?
I don't really know, because I'm super small compared to other kids on the football team, so it's I'm scared I'm gonna get injured super bad, so it's gonna I won't be able to do my swimming or wrestling or anything like that anymore.
Were you scared?
Yes, because when I was at the hospital, she was like, I'm gonna scan your brain to make sure it's not bleeding. And she told my mom, once we got home and I was resting, to keep checking on me to make sure that I was still breathing correctly and all that, because I could actually have internal bleeding, which was scary because I could die from that.
The damage can manifest in many different ways, including blackout, headache, blurry vision, balance problems, altered mood and behavior, problems with memory, thinking, and sleeping, and the onset of anxiety and depression.
Now that I'm still having post-concussion problems 6 years after my last diagnosed concussion, figure it's time to get things off my chest about my hidden struggle with depression, anxiety, and headaches.
All of a sudden, his mind betrayed him, and he didn't know what was happening, and he didn't know who he was anymore.
Someone shows any of these telltale signs of concussion, either during or anytime after the game, make sure they stop playing right away.
This is going to come up right now and then drop down. That has been used for all of these years by itself. Explain what's happening here.
Right. So this is the linear drop test, and what it essentially does is evaluates helmets to make sure that they're going to protect the head from skull fracture upon impact.
But you're saying that this is not sufficient enough anymore. It's testing not sort of a neck turning, it's just a hit like this.
Right. So this has been used for decades, but it's a little bit one-dimensional.
All right, this is going to come down right now, so we're going to watch it. There it is. That's a big hit. Yeah.
Take a look in slow motion, the head barely moving. Doctors say it doesn't simulate a real football hit with a neck twist.
What's happening here?
So this is the pneumatic ram test platform. What's different about this test is it incorporates a neck, and it allows the head to move in some ways that are a little bit more realistic to the way it would on a field.
And you have this set right now to the youth level. So the force and impact you're about to see, this is the kind of hit that your child would take on the field. So this is set to youth. Let's hit the test. 3, 2, 1. That's frightening when you see it that way.
Just look at the new test in slow motion, the neck, allowing the head to twist and move in all directions. Now look at the test side by side. That's the old one on the left and the new one on the right.
The whole point of this is to help cut down on concussions for both NFL players and kids.
The belief is that helmets that reduce the rotational force that the head and the brain experience upon impact are going to help reduce concussions.